Hey guys, this is a quick tutorial on the virtual arsenal and how to set up a quick loadout. It gives it really easy way to have like different types of kits at your fingertips straight away, so you don't have to worry about fluffing around about in the game whilst your friends are in the action and they're sort of depending on you to get back as quickly as you can. So the good idea is that you have all these different loadouts and you can just quickly switch between them when you need to. So what I like to do first, well, first off, we'll just cover the basics of the editor. As you can see, there's these little icons everywhere. If you just click on the little icons, it'll bring up the menus. It's pretty simple. Or you can actually just go down the side because it's got all the little icons there as well. Now, if you can read English, you can probably figure out how this bottom menu works as well. So let's get going. What I like to do is I like to have a basic kit for my character. Pretty much it's just his basic uniform he uses going into combat. You can actually have multiple separate basic kits. So for example, you can have one just for like the generic servers that don't allow mods, so you can just have like a normal USA uniform, or you have one, for example, our DGC uniform that we play with, or you can have one for your own one, or you can have one for night missions, which is just all black. It just doesn't you can have as many as you like, really. It's totally up to your own imagination. But for this case, just for the scenario, I'm just going to come up with something really quick and simple. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pick out an outfit. As you can see, I have heaps of outfits here because I've got like a couple of mods running. So the more mods you add, obviously, the more outfits you're going to get. So, but for the I don't really want to go into details with that too much. So for the sake of this, we just want to get a basic shirt. Same thing with a vest, multiple vests, multiple different mods and whatnot running. So let's just actually just go for something like this. That'll do. And a backpack. Now backpacks you've got to be a little bit careful about because as you can see, I've got multiple mods running here again, but I've got like the ADF mod, for example. And there's ADF carryalls, so ADF carryall green, and there's also the ADF carryall medic green. Now if I click on the medic carryall, it's actually going to give me a backpack that is preloaded with medical gear. So see, it's got medikits and first aid kits and stuff in it. So if you don't want to undo this every single time, be careful not to click on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch it to the actual well, the kit bag. Actually, the kit bag green is probably my favorite one. It's got a little flag on the top. It's nice and patriotic. So there you go. So this is pretty much his basic outfit. I'll also give him a beanie, khaki. I like that look. I also like to have the tactical glasses. The high-tech soldier look is pretty good. Also explains why you have a HUD when you're out in the field. Night vision goggles. I don't usually do them because they look big and chunky, and I never really play at night. But there is actually a mod that you can get that has night vision models hidden. It just says night vision hide, and what happens is you can still have night vision, but it will actually not have a big chunky goggles on there. I've actually got with a PG, if you get this radio earpiece, it just gives you this nice little cord here, and it pretty much makes the glasses that you've got into night vision goggles, which is pretty cool. Binoculars, map, GPS, they're pretty much, all of those things are standard items that you need to have. Comes with the radio. Radio is a bit pointless for our game style, but I put it in there anyway. Compass, watch, all of those items, they don't carry any weight, they don't take up any space, but you really need them because if you don't have them, you're going to get into a bit of trouble. This is where you can choose different faces. So if you want to be Asian, if for example, you can choose different faces, they're all there, and you can choose your different voices here as well.
Awaiting orders.
And here is where you can choose insignias. Once again, because of mods, I've got like hundreds of them here, but because I'm part of the DCG group, I'm going to have the McFly patch there, and oh, doesn't that just look pretty? So this is the basic outfit for my character. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this and just call it McFly. So that is pretty much the standard outfit for my guy. If it's just his clothes, that's about it. What I might do actually though, because that's just his outfit, I like to add just a few items which I know I'm going to need every single time I go out. So a couple of first aid kits, I'll put those in his clothing. I'll also add a couple of smoke grenades and a couple of chem lights. I'll make it 3 smoke grenades and 2 chem lights. There you go. So that means his uniform is full. The bar is full up. That's pretty much what I take with me every time I go out, no matter what character I play as. I always need to have medikits and I always need to have smoke and flares. Flares aren't so important, but they can come in handy. So what I might do is actually just save that as McFly as well. Bam. So that's him. That's the guy who goes out every day. Pretty much the same generic kit underneath all of my outfits. So now, for example, if I want to do one for the insurgency missions that we do, I'm going to pick out my rifle. I'm a big fan of the MK18 at the moment. No, like the one with the little handle on that one. There you go. So what I'll do then is you can then obviously pick your scopes. You can pick your rail attachments if you want one, and you can pick a suppressor as well. So now that I've got my gun, I'll need to go into my vest because obviously my uniform is still full. So I'll go to my vest and I'll just load that up full of ammo. I actually like the ones with the traces, so I'm just gonna bam. Yeah, I'll make it 15. 15's more than enough, and I'll chuck in a couple of RGO grenades. Always handy. Now when it comes to the backpack, when it comes to insurgency, I always like to make a bit of a mess. So what I tend to do is put a bunch of explosives in there, a couple of satchels just in case I come across some tanks, some explosive charges if I need to like clear a building or something like that, and some more grenades, you know, just for good measure. So I've got about 6 grenades and a whole bunch of stuff that I can make go bang. Now, to save this as insurgent. Now the problem is with this menu, if as soon as I press the letter N, it's going to turn on my night vision. It'll do that a lot. So I'm just going to call that McFly Insurge and save that. So that's my basic insurgency setup. So every time I want to, use this kit, I just load that. Bam, here we go. Now the good thing is if I go back to load just the standard McFly, boom, all his gear's gone. I can now change to, say, for example, a medic. So I might go for, say, for example, a smaller gun because, medics shouldn't really be heavily armed. So just go for the MXC. I'll go for the black one. Might just get like an ACO scope, a little flashlight on the side of it, and I won't worry about a sound suppressor. So once again, go to my vest, because my vest usually has ammo in it. What I'll do is I just load that up with all my ammo. And for my backpack, I'm then going to add my medikit and say, 15 first aid kits. Now that's heaps of first aid, so I might just chuck in a couple of grenades in there just for good measure, because grenades are always handy when you're clearing buildings and whatnot. Actually, no, I might bring that back down and add some just more smoke grenades, just because they're really, really handy when calling in helicopters and stuff like that. And also, if you're a medic, it's really handy if you're trying to get to someone and they're under fire. You can throw some smoke on them, and that way the enemy can't see you as you're running up and trying to heal them. So once again, save that as medic. Bam. So as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern going on here. Once again, load it up again. This time I'm going to go for a sniper. Now every now and then you might actually want to mix up your uniform as well. So this time, for example, if we go for sniper, I haven't got any sniper kits loaded at the moment, but let's just go for the lynx. Give it the nice big scope on it. No, that scope there. Don't really need any attachments or anything like that. So yeah, there you go. That'll do for a nice gun. Make it the black lynx. Why not? Once again, the vest I'll fill full of ammo. There's actually two different kinds of ammo there. So I've got 10 rounds of the first. What I might do in my backpack, just put 10 rounds of the other. Once again, sorry. Clicked off that. So once again, I've still got plenty of space in my backpack, so I can either go for a smaller backpack or add something else. Now snipers, they do tend to have like claymores and stuff like that on them, and a couple of mines. So I might put a couple, say an anti-tank mine. I don't think I can fit another. Oh, yeah, I can fit an anti-personnel mine in there as well. So you can get those little bouncing bastards. They're fun to watch. So the idea is that if I can ambush some people, I can do that as well. Now, obviously, this guy doesn't look like a sniper, so I can actually go back to my uniform and change it to a ghillie suit. Now, the good thing is, as you know, in my uniform, I have got items in there already. I've got those medipacks. So when I change to the ghillie suit, let's change that one, the items will actually transfer across. So see, I've got the 3 smoke grenades and the 3 first aid kits, but obviously the ghillie suit can carry a little bit extra, so there's actually a bit more space. So because I'm going to be out by myself a lot, I might just add a few more first aid kits, because I might cop a bit of fire while I'm out in the field. Bam! And that's the sniper. So McFly, sniper. Once again, when I press N, it's going to activate the night vision. There you go, it's just changed the mode again. So the cool thing is that when you do this, you can actually get a really quick set of different outfits, and you can quickly change between them. So, the medic with the smaller gun, you may even go, for example, the sniper with his big rifle. So let's just do one more Let's just do like a heavy machine gunner. So let's just get a big chunky machine gun. What have we got here? Oops. Oh, there you go. The M249 saw. Always trusty and reliable. You can put a nice decent scope on it. Once again, actually the yeah, probably the RCO is a probably decent scope for the saw, to be honest. See, the good thing is you can always just click try here, and then you can actually have a look. So if you're not too sure, you can actually see, how good these things are. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a pretty decent weapon, decent scope, does the trick. Alright, so now that I've had a bit of a play in there, you get used to the gun. So the idea is that now that I've got my heavy machine gunner, I can then obviously change up his backpack, add bucket tons of ammunition just in his backpack, and also load up his vest full of more ammunition, because obviously this guy's just going to be throwing bullets everywhere. It's just his job just to suppress fire, so you can just load him up as much as you like. Once again, save it, and just call it, McFly, heavy weapon. So just call it heavy. You can name it whatever you like, really. It's up to you. So whatever you remember, that's the thing. Now, as I said, so for example, you can have one set like this. You can then create a second set with just USA uniforms. You can do a second set with just, DCG uniforms. So whatever set that you have, you can actually have multiple sets. You can have like McFly, and then say USA, and then DCG. So in that way, you can always just quickly flick through them without having to stop and reload and change this and change that. And once you get into a sort of certain set, like, I play with Insurge most of the time because it's my loadout I like. But once you get certain sets, you can quickly jump between them. So, for example, you have one for a pilot, one for JTAC or whatever. You can change it all up as much as you like, and you can come up with as many combinations. But that should be pretty much a quick rundown on how to quickly set up your character when in game. And that way, when you in game and all the guys are out in the field and they're all being shot up and they need you to come back as quickly as possible, you can get in there, change your gear, and get back out into the field as quickly as possible without having to muck around. Once again, thanks for watching.